that is dynamics of organizational behavior. Now in this chapter, we are going to talk about different dynamics of organizational behavior which influences the behavior of individuals in the organization. So first and foremost, we are going to talk about organizational culture and climate. Then we'll talk about factors affecting organizational climate and job satisfaction. So first of all, what is organization culture? Now as far as organizations are concerned, there is a feeling of commonality among people or among the employees. Now how this commonality is developed or how this common connecting thread is developed. Every employee can attach themselves with the organization with a common meaning that they derive after joining the organization. So we can define organizational culture as a system of shared meaning held by members that distinguishes the organization from other organizations. Now there are 7 different aspects of an organization from which the shared meaning is derived, and from that we can know the profile of the culture of an organization. So let us see what are these 7 factors. So the first factor about an organizational culture is innovation and risk taking. It indicates the degree to which employees are encouraged in the organizations to try out new things, how much they are motivated to implement new things and take risks so that the organization always innovates. There is no expectation of adhering to the strict rules in such organizations, and flexibility is there. So when the approach is more towards innovativeness, then the environment or the culture of the organization becomes very free. The second factor is aggressiveness. Now this indicates the degree to which people are competitive and not easygoing. So many organizations have employees and their entire department who continuously compete with each other, and that is why there is a kind of highly competitive environment. Such organizations are seen as aggressive organizations. Then there is stability. Now the degree to which activities in an organization emphasizing on maintaining stability or maintaining its status, the stability of its status or its impression, then such organizations are marked as having a culture which is stable or which maintains its status quo. The next factor is outcome oriented. Now the degree to which an organization focuses on the results rather than the procedure or processes. So organizations may sometimes do whatever they want to do just to get the results they want. They are called only outcome or oriented organizations. Then there are organizations which have culture which is people oriented, where people is the center. The degree to which the management takes decisions by reviewing what effects it will bring about to the people of the organization, then it is called people oriented. Then there are organizations which are team oriented. Now what does this mean? The degree to which the work activities are organized around a team, or there is a kind of team spirit, then it is team oriented. And lastly, there is detail oriented organization. Now the degree to which employees are expected to exhibit precision and attention to detail. So organizations which do not allow any kind of errors, which expects perfection and precision from employees, they are detail oriented organizations. So all these 7 factors, they will define the culture or they will build a kind of culture in an organization. Now let us see factors which affects the organizational climate. Now the individual perceptions about various features of the work environment, including organizational settings and also the standards used to evaluate these features, is what makes a climate. So the climate is a perception in the mind of the employees. Now many experts culture and climate as the same, but climate is more accessible and easy to change as compared to the culture, because culture is very limited. It is the concept which is perceived by the employees. Importantly, it is dependent on the value judgment, which you can vary greatly from person to person. So the perception of people can be changed, but the culture cannot be changed. Now, what are the main features of organizational climate? Now, organizational climate is a perception, and this perception may vary from person to person. The organizational climate helps in judging the relationship between the organization and its employees. Also, the climate shows the quality and suitability of the work environment. What kind of environment it has, whether it is suitable or not. It also shows how much support the employees get from the organization. And the organizational structure strongly influences the organizational climate. So these are the main features of organizational climate. Now, are the culture and climate of an organization important? Yes, definitely they are important. Why? Because the culture decides the way employees interact with each other, and that will influence their work. It has a specific way of working and gives guidelines and policies which give the employees a direction. So in fact, when a culture is built, it will also give a direction to the employees how to work. Also, every employee is clear with his roles and responsibilities and strives hard to accomplish the tasks within the desired time frame as per the set guidelines. Culture is believed to be an important link that helps new employees to fit in. The culture promotes healthy relationship among the employees. And implementation of policies is never a problem in organizations where people follow a set culture. Also, when there is a strong culture and a particular climate in the organization, then there is sense of unity. There is a healthy competition among employees. Culture also gives rise to job commitment and helps organizations to retain experienced employees. No two organizations have the same culture, and people will stay in an organization where they fit into the culture. So they like the culture of the organization, and that is why they are committed to the organization. The culture gives identity to an organization and becomes its brand image. So this is how organizational culture is very important. Now let us talk about the importance of organizational climate. Now, organizational climate is the perception of organizational culture in the mind of employees. It is also the reflection of degree of employee motivation. How much the employees are motivated can be seen from the climate of the organization. Whether people are working enthusiastically, from seeing their expressions, their body language, we can understand how much employees are motivated. Climates have positive and negative effect on the people's behavior at workplace. Climate affects variety of important outcomes at individual, group and organizational levels. And there is a relationship between climate and the attraction and retention of employees, productivity and effectiveness, which is translated into outcomes. So better the climate, good a climate in an organization, you can retain skillful employees in the organization, or the effectiveness is there and there are outcomes. Now, based on the organizational culture and climate, there are various effects on the employees, and those effects may come in terms of job satisfaction, stress, pressure, etc., which we may all have heard in the organizational life. So let us understand these effects of organizational culture and climate on the employees. So first of all, we will talk about job satisfaction. Now, what is job satisfaction? Job satisfaction is the degree to which an employee is happy in the organization. Happy in the sense the employee works effectively, has high productivity or good efficiency, behaves in a positive manner and stays with the organization. the employee contributes towards the growth of the organization, then we can say that the person has a job satisfaction. The person is happy with the job because of various terms. Now, what are the determinants of job satisfaction, or what are those factors that will bring about job satisfaction of an employee? So there are 6 factors which are very important as far as job satisfaction is concerned. The first one is the work itself. Now, the degree to which an employee enjoys a work, that will decide how much job satisfaction that person has. But the degree to which a person enjoys the job depends on many factors. For example, if that work is very interesting, or it is of the interest of the employee. Secondly, the work is very, very challenging. Thirdly, the work gives opportunity to the employee to learn new things. Or the work gives an opportunity for the person to grow in the organization. So this is how the work itself becomes a very important part of job satisfaction, or a very important determinant of job satisfaction. The second factor is the pay, or the salary. Now this is very obvious factor, because higher the salary, the more is the job satisfaction. But the perception of employees about salary is in relation to how much efforts they put in the organization, or how much they are able to contribute to the organization. So if an employee is paid too much high but doesn't have any significant work to do in comparison to the salary, then that person will not be satisfied in the organization. So this is how pay plays an important part in job satisfaction. The third factor is promotion. So if a person gets promotion at a regular interval of time and gets new opportunities, then it will give job satisfaction. The fourth factor is supervision. Now, supervision means who is at the supervision level of that employee, or you can say the direct boss of an employee also determines the job satisfaction of the employee. Now, it is a famous saying that employees don't leave organizations, employees leave bosses, and that is very true. So if bosses are very aggressive, they don't give opportunities to employees, they are not people oriented, then definitely that will translate into job dissatisfaction, and people would like to leave the organization. The fifth factor, of course, is co-workers. So what type of co-workers you have also decides whether you will be satisfied in your job or not. And if people are friendly, supportive and good, then you will enjoy doing work with each other. But if people are highly aggressive, highly competitive and competes negatively, then you will not enjoy working in the organization. The last and important thing is the working conditions. So working conditions includes all the kinds of resources available to a person to do the work, the kind of environment, the kind of facility which is given to the employees, whether the workplace is very far from the residence of the employee, or even the work hours consist of the working conditions. So people may look for flexible work hours, or organizations which are nearer to their house, and having good facilities in the organization, good infrastructure of the organization. All these also influences the job satisfaction. Now, can we measure job satisfaction? So there are various surveys or researches which helps in measuring the job satisfaction. So let us see what are different ways that people use in measuring the job satisfaction. So first is called the single global rating. Now this is done by asking a simple question to employees that given all things, how satisfied are you with the job? Second is summation score. Now in this method, the key factors of the job like supervision, then the salary, the colleagues, the working conditions, promotion opportunities, etc. are taken, and employees are asked different questions based on those factors. Now employees will tell their feelings about each of them, and the summation score will decide whether the employees are satisfied or not. The third method is job description index. Now in this method, 72 items about 5 different aspects of the job like work, pay, promotion, supervision and co-workers are taken, and employees are asked to rate satisfaction against them. Through the combination of the ratings, the measure of job satisfaction is derived. Then there is a method which is called job satisfaction index. Now it consists of 6 items or the 6 topics that form an index that determines overall job satisfaction. These 6 items are work, supervision, co-workers, pay, promotion opportunities and the job in general. The last method is the job diagnostic survey. Now there are 3 dimensions of overall job satisfaction which are included in this survey. That is the general satisfaction, the internal work motivation and the growth satisfaction. And based on all these 3, the job satisfaction is measured. Now what is the influence of job satisfaction on the behavior of individuals? So first of all, if an employee is satisfied in a job, then definitely the employee will never think of leaving the organization. So the turnover, that is the employee turnover, will reduce. Secondly, the productivity of the organization will increase because the motivation level is very high. Now, because the motivation level is high, the productivity is high, people are happy, then definitely the customer satisfaction is also very high. Also, absenteeism is reduced because people will not feel tired in the job. They would like to go to the job rather than avoid going to the job. Even higher revenues are obtained due to less absenteeism, higher productivity and experienced employees who retain in the organization, who remain then committed in the organization, and this helps in growth of the organization in terms of revenues also. And lastly, creates a very happy and joyful environment in the organization. So this is how job satisfaction is very important, and the culture and climate of an organization will decide how a person is satisfied in the job. So I hope you have understood the importance of organizational culture and climate and how it affects the job satisfaction of an individual in the organization.